Hey, what's up guys? This is going to be an awesome episode of Knife Thursday. Today I am reviewing the much anticipated, at least by me, mini Crooked River, and I will be doing some comparisons with its dad or big brother, whatever you want to call it, the original Crooked River. And I'm going to be releasing a second video today on the Benchmade 417 Fact. This has not been released yet, so stick around guys. I'm going to do two videos today. Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for sticking around. Of course, it was only a few second intro. But anyway, here's my review of the Benchmade Mini Crooked River. I brought out a few knives for size comparison. I've got the the original Crooked River right here, and I've got the 940 right next to it. I got the Benchmade proper, and one that you guys probably haven't seen yet, the 417 Fact. Now, because the camera angle, you know, perspective and all that stuff, I'll do some side-by-side so you guys can see. But I just wanted to give you a size comparison. This is nearly the same size as this. I wanted to get these size comparisons out of the way because I put these two knives through the Gauntlet today, cutting all manner of stuff that you would normally do on an EDC because these are, for me, they're both going to be excellent EDC knives. So I wanted to see how they performed. I did everything on the factory edge, just so you know. I did not sharpen them. I have been cutting stuff the last several days, and I just did it with whatever came from the factory because I think it's important, especially on knives of this price range, that they come good from the factory. So that's how I tested it. Okay, enough about that. Let's do some size comparisons. First off, with the two Crooked Rivers. Here's the mini, and obviously the full size, which many people had a problem with this because it's just a beast. Now, I wear XL gloves, and look how much it sticks out of the back when I do like a hammer grip or even like a carving grip. This thing is just massive. It's over a 4-inch blade, and you've got like I think it's close to a 5-inch handle. So it's huge. And if we stack these two, and I put them end to end here, line these up, you can see it's quite a bit smaller. This is a 3.4-inch blade, so for those of you who live in areas where your blade limit is 3.5 inches, this will scoot underneath it, which is very nice. So there's a definite size difference here, and I'm telling you, this thing with my XL hands fits absolutely perfectly. Just a little bit out of the end. Your pinky has just enough to get this nice forefinger grip. If you relax it and you're carving, or you got different grips, this thing will do it all, and it locks into your hand. I don't know. To me, I'll just be totally honest. I compare this greatly to the 940 because the 940 is my all-time favorite, and if you guys know the channel, you know it's my favorite. The Mini Crooked River lines up with the 940 in almost every single way. Okay, they have the exact same blade length as per factory specs, and the handle on the Crooked River is maybe 1/8 of an inch longer, and it is perfect. I mean, here's this in hand, okay, just a little out, and here's the 940, slightly less, okay? So this knife, for me, is like 940 level. It is so flippin' good, and it cuts great too. And now I'm going to start rolling in this footage so you guys can see how this thing really does. But this was a dream to cut with. I was very, very happy with how it was in hand. It felt great. The thing looks great. Let's be honest. That's part of the reason we buy knives, is because they look awesome. Most people don't buy a knife that they think is ugly as sin, even if it's reported to work well. One of the several reasons I don't own any Spydercos, because I think they're the ugliest knives maybe on the planet. So I just don't own one because I can't stand the looks of them. I don't really like the function that much of them either. I don't like compression locks and all that stuff. But anyway, you gotta like how a knife looks. So the Mini Crooked River, in many people's opinion, is a very handsome knife. just as the full-size Crooked River was. The problem was with the full size, I believe, is that it was just too big. Now, one thing I did want to mention, I usually don't like Benchmade's mini knives. I usually think they're full size. The full size versions are really, really good size and maybe just a touch big, but their minis are always too small for my hand. Now, some people really like a small knife, and I had I had the mini Griptilian. I've had several of them. I really like them, but they are really just too small for my hand, and I really need something 940 size. And now in this case, the mini Crooked River. I think the Crooked River is a great knife, and I love it, and I've brought it hunting, and I've done a lot. I've EDC'd this thing a lot, but I think the mini is literally like the perfect size for an EDC knife. It fits my hand perfectly. The blade length is perfect. It's a nice high saber grind, so it's a good slicer, but it's still nice and strong. You got a good thickness on the blade stock. As far as the blade stock, if you look at them, you know, from the top, and you hold them side by side, it's the exact same blade thickness as the 940. Now, when you look down on it, you see this swedge that they put there, and it appears to be thinner, but it's really not, and it holds a lot of strength all the way out right to the end, which is really nice. This is one that you don't have to worry about breaking, and you'll see in the test that I do some jamming on the tip, and I didn't experience any flex, anything like that. Everything on the knife is great. No up and down, no side to side. Action is a little stiffer than I like, but I usually keep my stuff kind of really loose and limber. So it's a touch tight for me, but I know that in a few more days it'll probably be perfect, and then it'll just stay there. So as far as that goes, I really think everything on this knife is perfect. It is a beautiful knife. The blade shape is great. It's really nice looking. It's S30V. Benchmade does an excellent job on their heat treat with the S30V. There's really nothing about this knife that I don't like, with one little exception. This diamond wood that they use for the scales is very handsome and very good looking, but it is a bit smooth. Now, it doesn't, because of the way they put the traction on the spacer in the back and a little bit of jimping up near the front, and the choil here, you don't have to worry about grip or worry about it slipping when it's wet, or, you know, if you are using this for hunting, if it's got blood or whatever on it. It locks in your hand okay, but this diamond wood is so smooth that it pulls out of my pocket pretty easily. You know, there's not a whole lot of friction on your pocket, so it does have a tendency to slip. It's never come out, and the Crooked River, the full size, is the same way. Neither of them have ever come out of my pockets in all the stuff that I've done, jumping around, running around in the woods, hunting, climbing trees. So I've never had an issue with it. But it does, when I pull it out, you just notice much less friction than you do with, say, a 940 or this new 417 with this milled, you know, aircraft aluminum here, 6061. So that's, if I had one thing that I had to pick out and say, that would be it. Now, full disclosure, I meant to say this at the beginning of the video, but I just forgot about it. Both the 417 and the mini Crooked River I received from Benchmade. I approached them and asked them if there was any way that I could get a tester knife to do YouTube videos on and all that kind of stuff. And they were happy to, well, I don't know if they were happy about it, but they agreed to send me the Crooked River, the mini Crooked River, and the 417. And today, I believe, I've got the Purdue Hunter coming in as well. So I did receive these from Benchmade, but you guys know from the channel that I have been, that I have loved Benchmade, and I have been reviewing their stuff for about 4 years now, and I've never received anything from them. So these reviews are totally unbiased, and you know what? The knives speak for themselves when you see them go through the Gauntlet. So to really just sum everything up, the Mini Crooked River fits perfect in hand, has excuse me, great like near perfect ergonomics, very useful blade shape. It's good at everything for EDC tasks. To me, this could be like a co-favorite, all-time favorite. I really see it shaping up like that because this thing is so good, and dimensions wise it's very similar to the 940. Got a bit broader of a blade, more curve to the handle. It's probably a little more comfortable in hand than the 940. But anyway, guys, I don't want to make this too long, but two great knives here, and this Mini Crooked River for me, Benchmade absolutely smashed it out of the park. Just an excellent knife. Perfect size. It's the best mini knife they've made, bar none, because the full size is slightly big, slightly too big for most people. I like it, but this is just perfect. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. God bless you guys, and I will catch you next time. Don't forget to check out the video on the 417 Fact, also being released today.